Let's see if she works. What? No way! Get out of town! It works! Unbelievable! I'm Wrecker Rick. You're watching Murphy's Diesel. I'm in a dirt parking lot 1,400 miles away from home, and I've got to get this 30-ton wrecker unit installed on the back of the 10x10. I've got minimal tools, and it won't stop raining, but I do have a gas axe. If I could get this thing installed in a couple of days, I could save a couple $100. They used to call me Ty Rick. Stand by, folks, because it might get western. It's Sunday, and Sunday is for the family. Tomorrow, we will start putting that Zacklift unit onto the 10x10. Right now, I'm taking these gals to get them some much-deserved dinner.
Stand by, folks.
Stand by, folks. Pretty swanky little outfit. I won't be having any of that because I'm 365 Hard Rick. Do you know how hard it is to walk around 365 days of the year rock hard?
Daddy.
Bread is not on my menu.
Oh, but it is on mine. And you made me fall off the wagon for Frankie's birthday, so...
Frankie did. I had nothing to do with that. You will not be having any of 365 Hard Rick if you eat that bread.
Please stop. Seriously, you guys.
Look at all the elk!
That was a lot of elk.
Hey, what are you doing with that log? Good morning, Smoke.
Good morning, Dad.
Love you.
Love you.
I gotta go to work. Love you.
Make toothpaste and eggs.
Well, Team Money's got to make her own eggs this morning because I'm running behind. Love you, Team Money.
Love you. Bye, Dad.
Bye. Love you, Smoke.
Mom, Dad. Don't leave yet. I want to give you guys kisses.
Love you.
Give me some kisses. It's time, folks. We're headed to Zacklift right now to get this tow unit slammed on the 10x10. Let me get this for you, Mrs. Wrecker Rick.
Always a gentleman.
Time to get to work. Got my DBL Design outfitted off-road service truck here with my Legend bed on it and all my tools, and we're gonna get to work. Stand by. I've got a laundry list of things to do on this bad Larry, and I'm all by myself today because Mrs. Wrecker Rick is taking the girls to Seattle to an aquarium because they've been traveling for so long and there's no snow around here, so they can't snowboard. They're gonna go look at some sea life.
I'm freaking stoked. I'm freaking stoked.
Are you stoked?
No.
No? Of course Dane's not.
Yes.
But she's excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by while Wrecker Rick is getting that Zacklift on. We're gonna go explore Seattle a little bit.
That cross member's got to come out. This fifth wheel has got to be moved forward to these holes. So I'm going to have to re-drill some holes. Hopefully not. The spare tire's got to come off. But the biggest concern is these brackets right here. And those quarter fenders have all got to come off because the mounting brackets that go on the frame go right there. I'm going to torch those bad Larrys off because I think that's going to be the quickest way to get them out of here. This was part of the old apparatus setup. I just left them on there because they look cool, honestly. They're actually to hold like containers on and stuff for the equipment that they would load on the back of these military trucks. Probably should have cut them off before we came. Would have been easier. But Murphy's Law. We don't do anything easy. I got my work cut out for me. But that's not all. These toolboxes have got to be moved up because they were on a conventional, regular old Western Star, you know, Casey Liddell's truck. But aside from that, I think that's about it. And I'm going to try to whip this out in one day because time is of the essence, folks. The off-road games are days away.
Welcome to the aquarium.
Okay, budget close, big smiles. Camera, cheese.
We just got a picture taken. I love the freaking aquarium.
Wow.
Hazel, which background should we get?
The big one.
Do you have $35? Yeah, me neither.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What happened to his eye?
Oh my god.
Oh, they're a little deep at the moment.
Those are so cool. Those are sea urchins.
Are them very pokey?
Those are very pokey. You could eat those at sushi. Oh my gosh. I think that's what Finding Nemo lives in the movie.
An anemone.
An anemone.
Yeah, I could see it.
Hazel, you're my little jellyfish. I'd hate my life if I was a jellyfish. Do you think they're conscious?
I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at that belly.
It's an octopus. You could also eat that at sushi. Look, do you see it? It's moving. Look, 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 look.
Look at Hazel. Hazel, look right here. Look, he's stretching his arm out.
Where's the eyes?
He's saying hello.
Where's his a-hole?
His a-hole? I don't know, but that's like the least important thing.
Oh my gosh, look at his big head.
Look at Hayes.
So nasty.
Also, this DOT bar's got to come off. I'm not going to need this pile of tow made anymore. Well, unless I tow a truck on the way home. Because the Zacklift has tail lights on it. This looks like a job for old Big Mill. Only problem is all my batteries are dead. Like always. Think this little guy's going to work on Big Mill? Not going to need that. Well, we might need it to put the brackets on. Probably ought to keep that. Oh, Big Mill's making short work of these bad Larrys. Well, that's all she wrote. Well, the rest of them are going to have to come out with the gas axe. Because they're big huck bolts. We've got to get this spare tire jobby out of there too. I'll just kick it off, and then when we're done with this, I'll pick it up with a boom and then set it in the back of the 550. How about that? You're probably going to want to stand over here, folks. Shoota! Suck on that. Just kidding. Didn't even crush the side of my service truck. I think it's going to be a good day, folks. Time to break out the old gas axe. When you're torching these heads off, if you don't have an angled tip, you got to be careful because you'll put a little divot in the frame. It's kind of a tedious process. Ideally, we just want these to knock out and not have to punch them out with a punch or something. But this is Murphy's diesel, so I'll probably have to get a 12-pound sledge and a drift and everything else to beat them out. Well, they are moving. That's a good sign. Oh, yeah. You little dickens. I got into that one a little bit. I wouldn't worry about that little guy. See, this is what's on the other end of those. They don't unscrew. Whoo! That is hotter than 2 rats in a wool sock. Well, we're halfway there. We got one side done. Stand by.
Oh, he just went under.
Look, there he is.
Oh, where's it going?
It's a sea puppy.
Here comes another one.
Oh, there he is. Look, 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 Dane, look, look at it. Hi, wave at him. Look, 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 look.
I see
Him
it.
showing off, huh?
I want a baby one.
You want a baby sea
Yeah.
puppy?
Yeah.
Imagine living here your whole life. I'd get so pissed off having to share a room for that long.
I want to go see the shark.
Okay, let's go. Say hi.
Hi. Look at the eyebrow. Look at the guy.
Oh, that's us three right there. That's me, you, and Hazel.
Look at that little guy. Look at
That little guy. Where's the penguins? I think that thing has one leg, Hazel.
Yep, there's only one way.
Looks like he's mean. Looks like he got what he deserved.
Why is it so hot in Washington? I'm about to take my shirt off, folks. It is getting downright hot out here. Wish I was up on that snowy peak. Just scaring up some game. They used to call me Snowy Peak Rick. But today I'm Gas Axe Rick. So an old timer taught me this right here from Zacklift. I never knew it. I've been running a gas axe for 30 years. I was like probably 7 or 8 years old when I started running a gas axe. But he told me to clean your tip. Do you pop your torch? I said, Excuse me? He said, do you pop your torch? I said, hey, come again, old timer? He said, pop your torch, you little whippersnapper. See how dirty my tip is? They used to call me Dirty Tip Rick. Take a piece of oak, get it nice and hot, and it pops all the carbon off. What? No way! For sake! It worked. Clean as a whistle. Sorry about that, folks. You gotta watch where you stand. I believe that's it. We ought to be able to take this cross member out now. I'm gonna need to take a couple of air lines off for my glad hands. It's a good thing I got my pocket pliers. Might want to go to murphysdieselstore.com and get yourself a pair, folks. I'm an actual Knipex dealer now. Look out, there's a new sheriff in town. All right, that is enough. We're gonna get this bad Larry out of there. Stand by. That ought to do the trick. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? Man, there's a lot of fans here in Washington. I'd probably get some work done if they'd stop coming over here and getting me to yapping. They used to call me Lightning Lip Rick. When a fan comes in to meet old Wrecker Rick, usually burns up about 2 hours of his day. They're usually like trying to get back in their truck. I'm like, hey, where are you from? What's your mom and dad's name? You got a dog? What's your dog's name? Well, now I gotta figure out how to get this pile of cross member out of here. See, Wrecker Rick rope kits aren't just for recovering, folks. They're for ripping cross members off of 10x10s. So go to murphysdieselstore.com and get yourself a Wrecker Rick rope kit today. That's about a chunk of steel. Look at the distance we got. I drug it right there, but it landed right here. I don't hate that. Look at that. Casey left me some synthetic winch line. Well, thank you, Mr. Liddell.
Dad, could we hide this? Ah! Bah! Please, jellyfish.
Look at those baby jellyfish. Look, there's me and Hazel right here.
And that's me.
Oh my gosh, look at those.
Really,
Look it.
tiny.
They're literal babies.
Look at those ones. They're really, really.
Oh my gosh, look at that one. They're tiny.
Yeah.
You barely see that one. Can you believe that they survive in the ocean being that tiny? Come on. Okay. Did you make a friend?
Yeah. Hi. Hi. My name is Hazel. My name is Jill. Hi, dude. Hi. Bye. Bye. To the person. Goodbye. Bye.
Now we are taking these brackets off. These are going to be fun. Stand by. Not going to need this. I've got to take my air tank off because it's hooked to that bracket. You little dickens. Looks like I'm gonna have to hold it from the backside. They used to call me Backside Rick. The old air tank be good bar. I don't hate that. You know, it's really annoying when they put some bolts in there and then a bunch of huck bolts, rivets, whatever you want to call them. Just annoys the shit out of me. Just make them all hucks or all bolts. Like seriously? There's a bolt right next to the rivet. Kiss my wide bolt. That's all she wrote. Not sure what's still holding it on there. Maybe it needs a couple of hits with the old Mateo.
Do you guys want a soda before we go? I might have to have myself a soda. I'm kind of nervous.
Doing it for you, babe. Doing it for you. But mommy's not a puss.
Better stop being a puss.
I'm not a puss. I'm in here. I'm doing it. Look, we're coming to the top. Look at that big old mountain. Look at it all, huh?
Dane's gonna puke.
No. Hey, look at the ocean out there. Here
Carla!
we're coming back down.
There's one big zip over there. I'm gonna go swimming.
You can't.
Necesito grande, Mateo. Might have to hook the old Freedom 550 up again. Wait a second. Of course, there's two more rivets right inside there. What's going on?
How you doing, Rick?
Good, how are you?
I'm a big fan. I'm sorry to just come in here like
Alright, you're
this.
cool. Rick,
Nice to meet you. You even have one of your hats on.
Right on.
Yeah,
Perfect.
cool.
What are you up to?
Just headed home.
Are you?
Yeah. I just watched your show last night about that Mack truck.
Yeah.
Did you buy that?
I did. So you live right here, huh?
I live in Ellensburg.
Ellensburg?
I just work up here.
You just work over here? I've met a few folks here.
Right on, well, I'll let you go.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
For all my Arizona native folks, I'm talking to you. We're headed down to Phoenix, Arizona for a little fun in the sun with our friends over at Blue Compass RV. They're gonna have side-by-sides there, RVs, and we're going to look at some RVs because you know we just gave one of the coolest RVs away that there is out there. So we're gonna go check out some RVs. We're also bringing the world's largest off-road wrecker, folks, so y'all can check it out. The event is running March 27th through the 29th, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we're gonna be there Saturday. So we want you guys to come out, hang out with us, check out HB, crawl around HB, sit in it, do whatever you want. There's gonna be free food, lots of vendors, all kinds of stuff to check out, folks. Just come hang out with us. Grab the kids, come join us at 11611 West Bell Road, Surprise, Arizona. Or Google Blue Compass RV of Surprise, Arizona. We'll see you there, folks.
Hey, do you need help?
No, I'm just gonna cut this off and...
All right, man.
All right,
Nice
man.
meeting you.
Later. Appreciate it. Had to take my fender off because I need a guard to protect my airlines because I'm burning them up in there with the gas axe. Well, I'll tell you folks, this is a piece of steel. Don't let me manhandling this thing fool you. It is ridiculously heavy. Got one off. Now we just need to get the other side off. We'll be ready to throw a bracket on here. Stand by. Not gonna need that. Well, we did it, folks. We got all the brackets cut off of this bad Larry. We can install our tow unit now. Well, we gotta move the fifth wheel still. Wonder what Mrs. Rackerick and the gals are up to. Probably eating some seafood or something.
We're at the crab pot in Seattle. I ordered chicken tenders and some ketchup. Hazel ordered mac and cheese with ketchup, and we're going on a holiday. It's pretty good. After dinner, we had to get some ice cream, cotton candy.
What'd you get, Hazel?
Tiger candy.
What flavor did you get?
Chocolate.
It's gonna be kind of a pain putting all this crap back on this thing to haul it home. Boy, that little hound dog's in there. Might need to get a breaker bar on that bad Larry. Or Big Mill. Ooh. Always a pleasure, Big Mill. Gonna need the old pocket pliers. That's what I thought. Lifesavers. Get them at murphysdieselstore.com. Now we need to move this bad Larry 12 inches forward, which this hole will be in this hole, but I'm gonna have to drill new holes through that 3/8 steel. That ought to be fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's what the late great Fred Furno would always say. Oh yeah. He'd be just sitting there chilling. All of a sudden he let out a, oh yeah! My grandpa, folks. AKA Walking Bald Eagle. So full of shit he can't fly. That was his nickname. Boom. There it is. Now we just need to get the rest of them lined up. Well, looks like we're going to have to drill out 4 holes on each side. That's pretty neat. So 8 holes through 3/8. Then this bad Larry will be ready to go on. We already got our hydraulic lines. Remember those bad Larrys? Well, it's getting dark. I'm going to clean my mess up and probably go take Mrs. Rackerick out to dinner. Stand by. Got crabs, huh? You gotta put the... How did I get crabs? Babe?
Guess what, Dad? That's a red shirt for you. We got it from the aquarium.
My wife went to the aquarium today, apparently, and got crabs. She got them from the aquarium?
Yeah.
Where did she get crabs from?
From the aquarium.
There was a cowboy at the aquarium she got crabs from? Babe? Everything for cowboys? We just had a little dinner. My wife came home and gave me crabs. Pretty nice little Monday evening, folks. 2,000. I don't know if y'all heard me counting that. Just did over 2,000. It's time to put it on the day. Pretty sure I slept at Best Western last night. At least I feel that way anyway. Stand by. We're headed to Zacklift. It's a little chilly this morning. It's a good thing I got my Hellboy hoodie. We're actually making pretty good time so far. I'm gonna try to nail this out today and maybe roll out of here first thing in the morning. If I can do that, I'll be about 4 days ahead of schedule. We've got to watch out for Murphy's Law though. Anyway, enough jibber jabber from old lightning lip Rick. I'm gonna get to work. We moved the base forward. Now we gotta slide the fifth wheel forward. I don't have air hook to it. And I think it'd honestly be easier if I just took a ratchet strap and opened up the locks on the slide and slid it forward. We only need to move it one time. Those are the locks. That's the slide. And that's the mechanism that spreads apart and pulls those locks out. It probably hasn't been slid in a couple of years by the looks of it. May need some lube. Oh yeah, we're pulled out on this side. Now we just have to go to the other side and do the same thing. Sometimes she runs off and I've got to trailer. Dang her black heart and her pretty redneck. May need to clean her up a little. This here's the queen of my double wide trailer. So I put my straps at an angle so it'll pull my fifth wheel forward and unlock at the same time. Oh yeah. Almost there, folks. Now I gotta reposition my straps. That's all she wrote. That's as far as it's gonna go forward. Zacklift would have put this on for me, but it probably would have cost me a couple $100. They used to call me Tight Trick. Stand by if we're gonna back under this bad Larry. But first, it's not quite tall enough, so we're gonna have to crank these jobbies up. She started, but barely. Little steam coming out of her this morning. It is pretty chilly. Back to the other side. Almost there. We've got her jacked up now. I don't think it's enough though. The boxes are too low. I'm gonna crank my suspension up and get these legs off the ground. That's real time, it ain't sped up. Okie dokie artichokey. Now we'll dump our suspension and hopefully we can back under her. We are really close to getting this bad Larry on. The thing is gonna look so bad. Can you believe that? A 10x10 with a 30-ton tow unit on the back of it? Look out, Jamie Davis. I got about 12 inches of suspension lift. We're gonna lift this off the ground back here, and I'm gonna block these stiff legs up. And then we're gonna get to work at customizing some of these brackets, and hopefully we'll be on the road. Oh, would you look at that? Mrs. Wrecker Rick brought me some lunch.
Is water your lunch?
Yeah.
Or the batteries for your camera?
Water, folks.
You're the one who said that you wanted to fast.
Because I'm 365 hard Rick. I literally walk around rock hard 365 days out of the year.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks, babe.
Love you. Well, Wrecker Rick is wrapping up the Zacklift going on the 10x10. So me and the girls are going to go find something to do today because it should be our last day here before we travel on wherever else T-Money needs to go to check off her bucket list.
Probably a shopping mall, I don't know.
That's on your bucket list?
Record games are coming up. I need to like get a whole new wardrobe, whole new look. I need to work on a rebrand. It's been a couple months since I've rebranded. Haven't really been feeling myself.
Me neither. I mean, do I need to rebrand this? Feel free to get your I Love Snatch shirt at murphysdieselstore.com. They're for the ladies too. I mean, get your head out together.
It worked. I just lost $1 to myself. Now we gotta see if we can find some blocks of wood. Those ought to do the trick. Now we'll let it back down and adjust our brackets. Now I gotta pull these shims out. Oh, let me guess, there's a nut on the backside. Gosh dang. Boy, that is a chunk of steel, folks. We've got to pull all them shims out. I've got a low fifth wheel plate. Apparently Casey Liddell's got a much larger fifth wheel plate. Not always about the size. I've got to put one bolt in there to hold it, or the whole thing will just come crashing down and probably break my foot. Not gonna need these. Actually, I'm probably gonna want to hold on to those in case I put this on a different truck. Get your head in, Wrecker Rick. Got some of these shorter bolt jobbies now. Just might be crazy enough to work. We just need to cinch her down now. Now we gotta trim our back brackets because this hydraulic line's in our way, and the suspension is also in my way. So rather than relocating this, I'm gonna fab up some new brackets for the back end of this bad Larry. This is designed to go on a road tractor. It's not designed to go on a 10x10 military truck. A road tractor doesn't have all this stuff, like Casey Liddell's Western Star. I got her all marked up. They used to call me Freehand Rick. Boy, I'm a gas axe running son of a... I may need to knock the slag off of that. Other than that, that should go on there. I don't hate that. That's what holds the front of that bad Larry on. Now I've got to take it apart, mount it on the front of that because it's too heavy for me to muscle it onto my truck. And I'll be able to line up my holes better anyhow. I mean, I do have a forklift sitting here, but it's just 4 bolts. I mean, just look at the size of this steel they used. That's 3/4 plate. I mean, I probably could muscle it up on the frame, but trust me, this is a better way. But in the designing of it and just the girth, you know, this thing is a brick, folks. We're gonna put it to the test though. We're gonna see what she's made of. Look at it now. Now we gotta put this on the horn to this bad Larry. Ah, it's still heavy. Woo! Yeah, it's still a chunk of steel. Dang. It's a good thing I drank 2 protein shakes today.
2 hours later. Did you guys have a successful trip?
Yep, I got some biscuits.
What else did you get?
I got a Barbie.
The rain's a coming. Look at it, it's pouring over there. It's starting to rain on me right now. It's a good thing I like it. Who doesn't like it when it's 36 degrees out and raining? Alrighty then, let's go ahead and back under it and mock it up. She's on there. That fifth wheel is locked in. See, this unit slides into the fifth wheel and it helps it hold it to the truck. So if you ever want to detach from this and pull a trailer, you still can. We're gonna have to cut off some frame rail. That's all right, we don't need it anyway. I'll tell you what, my cut is to the gnats. We may need to clean that up a little bit because I got it too close. I think I could do it right on the truck though. I'll just let the suspension down a scotch. We are sitting on the frame rail. Unbelievable. Now we just need to put our other brackets on and drill into the frame, and that's it. That's good because I'm kind of tired. I think I'll go home now. Whose freaking idea was this anyhow? Well, pissing and moaning ain't gonna get me nowhere. Wouldn't that be awesome if the holes lined up? It'd be probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. This thing's heavy. It's like we're gonna have to do some trimming and get the old scriber out. Hitting right there. Needs a little trim. What do you know about a little trim? Think that boy's ever had trim? Not a single hole. I can't believe y'all thought it would. Of course, the battery's dead. It's a good thing I got one on the charger. Well, that little chingadero's got a little bit of battery in her, huh? Maybe we'll run that one. Oh yeah, that's tighter than a dolphin, folks. Now we've got to drill these holes out, because that's what fastens this bad Larry to the frame. This stays on the frame. When you detach, you pull your 5th wheel pin, and then this chingadera right here slides into that, and then you throw these pins in there. It's got 3 points of contact on the frame. That there's a mag drill. Pretty slick, huh? So you don't have to sit there and hold a drill. We got to drill through 3 frame rails. Basically almost an inch of steel. If we didn't have a mag drill, probably be a lot cooler, because then y'all could sit there and watch me drill with a little Milwaukee for 5 hours straight. Stand by. Safety first. Then you gotta pop the little piece of steel out of it if you want to keep drilling, because the bit is hollow. It's for the lubricant, the cutting solution to go down through there. Pretty cool, huh, folks? That's 2 layers. 1 more layer to go. And 14 more holes to go. 15. Nice clean hole, huh? Everybody likes a nice clean hole. We're getting there 1 hole at a time. I live my life 1 hole at a time. Always honking. On to the other side. Excellent. Just dandy. Well, my plate fell apart. I gotta put it back together. It's kind of heavy. I mean, look at this chunk of steel. It's super awkward. I don't hate that. Come on. Yeah.
Looks like a project.
It is kind of a project. I about got it.
About got it, huh? I walk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove by yesterday and like, let him work, but
Yeah. No, it's all good. There's a lot of folks up here that watch our channel. I've talked to several since I've been here.
I'm sure, yeah.
Coming in.
No, it's great. We love it. Can I get a picture with you somehow or another?
Yeah. Well, that ate up about 30 minutes. God, why do I gotta talk so much? I actually walked over there to get a nut to go on that, and then I got to jaw jacking, and I forgot to put my nut on it. It's a good thing my air tank just caught that. Probably would have landed on my foot. Get your head out of your ass, Rick. doesn't want to go on there because it's a little rascal. There we go. We're done for the day, folks. The unit is on there. All we got to do is hook up hydraulic lines.
I have a mom and a dad and sisters, but they're more than the cut.
Help Dad.
Let's get cleaned up. Come on. Roll this hose up.
Rappy.
Yeah, rappy right around here like this. Look at this.
Could you do it while I hold on to it?
I don't need you to hold it. I need you to do it. All right,
Good job, Hayes.
Smoke.
Now it's time to clean up the balls.
Mrs. Wrecker Rick said she's got to have some dinner. I've got to go. Stand by.
Wanna go eat dinner?
Yeah, stand by. Mama, did you see my daddy?
That's your record, Dad.
Did Uncle Crowbar get you some new headphones?
Yeah.
Look at those. That old Uncle Crowbar is something else. All right, gals, I got to go to work. Love you, girls. Love you.
I'm about to go get Starbucks.
There you are.
Yep.
Keep it real, dog. Oh, great. It is raining like a cow pissing on a flat rock this morning. We're headed back to Zacklift. Last day. Should be a short day. I just need to get the hydraulics hooked up to work the unit. Stand by. I forgot my keys. We've got to hook these hydraulic lines to these bad Larrys right there. We got 2 returns and 2 supplies. So I'm going to pull some measurements and then I'm going to run down to my favorite auto parts store, Napa. We got our fittings. It's finally Friday. I'm free again, got my motor running for a wild weekend.
Go on.
Good, how are you? I need some lines and fittings made.
Okay.
Got our lines, folks. I just realized something. I've driven from Mexico all the way to Canada, almost Canada, without a license plate. It's kind of my thing. Oh, sorry about that, folks. You shouldn't have stood there. They didn't have the right fitting, so we're going to have to change the entire line setup, which is okay because I like these lines better. That looks like a job for the pocket pliers. That little jobby right there is a splitter. It splits my power because the Genesis, being such a unit, takes 2 supply lines. Pretty cool, huh, folks? The competitors only take 1 supply line, which means if you're running the other hydraulics on the machine and trying to run the winch at the same time, the winches will get overpowered by the hydraulics. This way, the winches and the hydraulics are on 2 separate powers, on 2 separate supplies. Fun fact for you. Oh yeah! Oh, Butterfingers. Or hydraulic coil fingers. Well, this doesn't run on hydraulic coil. This runs on Rotella 1540. So Rotella 1540 fingers. Take these little cap jobbies off. Now we could hook our hydraulics up to our machine. Then it'll be time to take it for a spin, huh? It's a good thing I got my pocket wrench. Get her all snugged up. I made that little jobby so I could hook 2 lines into 1. Pretty cool. Let's see if she's gonna start this morning, huh? Oh, look, I left my battery on again. Get your head out of your wrecker, Rick. Seems to be happening more often than not these days. Uh-oh, we broke an airline yesterday. Alright, we ran into a little snag. This unit has hydraulic fluid in it. My unit has 1540 Rotella in it. The entire truck runs off of 1540 Rotella. It's a military thing. It's actually really cool because it has a centralized oiling system. You can put oil in your engine, you can put oil in your tranny, transfer case, all from this location. But that tank right there holds 40 gallons of Rotella. Now, the hydraulic system also runs off of that. And if I hook up to this thing without flushing it first, then I'm going to push all that hydraulic oil into that tank. Then I'll be running hydraulic in my engine and tranny, and I don't want to spin a bearing in my engine. I got an oil leak and I'm having to add oil every so many miles, and if I start adding hydraulic fluid to that, I'll probably smoke that old $25,000 cat. Stand by, folks. We got to go find some jugs so we can get this hydraulic fluid out. Basically, I'm going to give this whole recovery unit an oil change, if you know what I mean. It's drivable now. I guess we could just go find a creek somewhere to blow about 10 gallons into. Or maybe drive out to the ocean. That's usually what I do in Arizona. I just dump all my old oil into the ocean. Oh, stop it. It's a joke, not a wiener. Don't take it so hard. I'm really a tree hugger at heart. And then I'll chop that tree up and burn it to stay warm. But I have planted my share of trees. They used to call me Old Tree Planter Rick. Tow truck spotting. How you doing?
What's going on? I'm like, that looks like a Murphy's towing rig.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I watch all your stuff, man.
Right on.
Yeah, that's sweet. I better get a photo just to my guys to be like. Thanks, man.
We got ourselves a line hooked up to our return coming out of the unit. And then we're gonna run that Bad Larry right in this jug right here, flush her out. Stand by.
Yeah.
I think that'll do the trick. So Mrs. Wrecker Rick's gonna turn the PTO on for me. Fire it up, babe. Turn it on, babe! She's flushed out. I mean, there's probably a little residual in there, but got about half of a jug out of her. A couple gallons. Well, let's hook her up and see if these hydraulics work. Kind of scared. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? It doesn't work and I got to figure out why, and we spend another 3 days here in the rain.
Excuse me? What?
Stand by, folks. So it took me like a month to figure out this hydraulic system. There's a little trick to it to get it to work. Let's get her warmed up first. The first thing we do is turn on the hydraulics. Nothing's leaking. That's a good sign. Now I gotta manually open this valve for some reason. Let's see if she works. What? No way! Get out of town! It works! Unbelievable! We've got to get this air tank put back on. Air tank's back on. Last thing I gotta do is fix this airline. So it looks like it broke off when I dropped that plate on it yesterday. We just need to put a new ferrule in it, cut it off, and put it back on. It's covered in paint and silicone. Classic devil dogs. That's all she wrote. The suspension was just auto leveling. That's it, finished product. I gotta move the boxes up a little bit. they'll be all right to get me home, as long as I don't get too crazy off-road. You never know. Now we got to make room for everything off the 10x10 because it can't go back on the 10x10. It's got to go in the back of the 550. Just got to tighten up my chains on the back. You don't have to hit this with a 1-inch impact. I just couldn't find my 1 1/8 inch. Whoa, big mill. Might want to get up there and grab a hold of that, huh? Tighter than a dolphin, folks. I've never seen another unit that attaches like that. This is a recovery unit. It's actually called a detachable wrecker unit. Not to be confused with those cute little Miller jobbies. And I should know because I've got 2 of them and they do not compare. Unbelievable. That's at least 30,000 pounds. I had to pull that apart to be able to fit it in the truck. Would have been nice having this wrecker when I was taking all this stuff off. They used to call me Repeller Rick. Well, this will probably be the last time I work in you old yard. Every time I do a job where I spend multiple days at a place, I kind of get attached to it. It's kind of weird. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay classy.